Welcome everybody. What we've got here is an iPower 4-inch, 190 cubic feet per minute inline exhaust fan. And this particular package is actually going to be a kit. So we're going to get more than just the fan here. We picked this up on Amazon for about $125. And as you can see here with this packaging, it's very inconspicuous and not really any damage here that concerns me as far as how it was delivered. So as we open this box, what we're going to find on the inside is a little bit of ductwork and then 2 more boxes that are going to contain all the rest of the goodies that we ordered here. So let's open these up and let's have a look. So it appears here that we didn't get every item that we need for the kit. We've got our carbon filter and the sheath that's going to go around that. We've got our inline fan here, and we've got our ductwork. What we're missing is a variable speed controller, the hangers for the inline fan itself, and we're missing our humidity temperature monitor that was supposed to come with this. It was a little more robust than the other 2 we got with the lighting kit, had some maximum and minimums. So we're definitely going to be chasing those items down, but we're still going to plug this thing in and see how she runs. So as we dig further into this, it gets a little bit worse. You can see the inline fan here. Just to touch base on this, you've got a conical side over here. This is going to be your output. This is going to be your intake. Now the carbon filter here on the advertisement on Amazon shows that it will butt directly up to the fan and it'll connect no problem. Now as we can see here, this is a very loose connection. I kind of knew right when I started that it wasn't going to fit, but I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I grabbed one of the hose clamps off of the ventilation package there, tried to tighten it down. I mean, no luck. This is some pretty stout metal right here. It's not going to bend over to this. So what that tells me is I'm going to have to put a little bit more ductwork on there. It's not a game over item. You're just going to have to address that you will need some ducting between your filter and your exhaust. And you'll need some ducting between the exhaust side of this fan and the outside of your tent. So that's a little sad, but we're going to work through it. We'll hook this thing up. We've got our amp meter on it right here. We're going to check the draw with and without the filter and go from there. So we just plugged this in. We don't have the variable speed controller. Please keep that in mind. There's a little bit of rattling in there, probably some junk from me throwing stuff around. Right here, without the filter online, we're running at 700 milliamps, so that's 0.7 amps, so just over half an amp. Now if I take this filter and I put it on the suction side of this fan, we're actually going to see these amps drop. So everything got a little bit quieter there, and the amps are dropping down to about 650 milliamps. So the reason that happens is you're supplying the fan with less air, so there's less resistance for that fan to try to spin, and you're actually going to drop your amps by taking away air from the inlet side of that fan. So definitely a lot quieter with the filter on. This is tolerable to listen to here, but as we take this filter back off, it gets much louder. A decent amount of air here, about what you'd expect. Nothing too crazy, but definitely enough to turn this fan, or to turn this whole grow tent over, and should be sufficient to properly exhaust the grow tent. So not very happy that I didn't get every piece I needed. Also not happy that even if I had gotten every piece I needed, I still wouldn't have all the supplies I needed to connect my filter to my exhaust. I'm going to have to go to the hardware store and find something there, or I could use that on the front end and get another one of these 4-inch ducts to go out of my grow tent. Either way, I'm going to have to go to the hardware store and buy 2 more hose clamps, a thing of ductwork, and I'm going to need some hangers. So something I did not catch when I bought this is this kit was supposed to come with 2 ratcheting hangers like we have for the lights, but this is actually going to require a little bit more. The vent itself will need both of those hangers, and so the filter is going to need some additional hangers. So we're going to have to hold off on putting this in the grow tent, but we'll definitely come back with an update once we get everything put together and we put it in the tent. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We've got a few more items we're going to throw in this tent before we get to growing. So stick around and check us out on social media if you like what you see.